Hello everyone, welcome back to Center Stand Mechanics. My name is Kyle. Today we're going to be putting the brakes back on the 2005 Honda Silverwing. And yeah, it's very exciting. Finally got the brakes in the mail. Here's the old ones here. I was just kind of sizing them up, making sure everything looks the same, and it does. And I also got registration and insurance to put on the bike today too. So if everything goes right, I should be able to take it out on the road, because the last thing I had to do was to get the brakes on. And there's a couple things. I just got to tighten up the exhaust, and what else? I don't know. I think that's just about it. You know, I've done the oil and all the tune-up stuff. So if you look back a few videos on the Silverwing on my channel, you'll see how I took the brakes off and stuff, and I was getting them off just to have a look and so I could get a parts list together. And so they finally came in, along with a few other things last week that I put on. And yeah, today is the day, so pretty excited. It shouldn't take too long. One of the things I want to do, instead of just putting the pads on and calling it a day, I just want to check and make sure the slides are moving. This bike sat outside for quite a while, so I want to make sure that there's, you know, free movement on the slides, so that when it clamps down, it's in the center and it's not favoring one side or the other, and the brake's not dragging. That's important. So I'll be going through that, and I'll show you what I mean when I get down there and start working on it. But yeah, so we might as well get started. And I got a few things I'm going to get ready. I'm going to clean up some bolts and stuff so that they're ready to go on, and then we'll bring it back and get started. Okay, I think I've got just about everything ready here. So I took the brake pads out of the packages. So here's the old one, and you can see the difference. You know, this one's super worn down. This one's got quite a bit of material on there. So, and I've got all the bolts kind of organized where they should go. Here's the parking brake pad. You can see it's, you know, it's worn down a bit. Not as bad as the other. So, and then here's the parts for it. Actually, I think this one goes over there. And cleaned all the threads with the wire wheel, and I ran this over top and cleaned all the threads out really good, and did that on all of them, so they're all pretty clean and good to go. So here's the parking brake caliper. I'll start with this one, and it should move a little more freely on here, I think. So I'm going to try to take this apart and see if we can't lube this up a bit. Let's see what's going on here. There. This thing seems like it's stuck. Like this here doesn't move. I'm just wondering why. I'm going to see if I can free this up a little bit. Yeah, see, this bushing I think should move a little easy. Let's see if I can get some oil in behind here. here. See, if it's stuck, if these slides don't work, then it'll wear out the brake pad on one side. You don't want that. So I'm going to see if I can get this all the way out. And then I'll clean the whole thing up. There, it's moving a little better now. There we go. See if we can get this out. There we go. There. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to take this on the wire wheel and clean it off and see if we can't get that moving a little better. Just cleaning off any grime or corrosion on here. So this here is just like a homemade thing. I think I took a bolt and I rolled up some sandpaper on it, and so I just put this on a drill, and let's see which way it goes here. Yeah, spin it the other way, and then so I'm just going to use that to run on the inside of this little slide here and clean that up. Kind of like a homemade hone, I guess you could call it. Just help clean that stuff out. Get that moving good. I'll show you down inside there in a sec. I guess you don't really want to spend too long with that in there. You don't want to make it oval or misshapen it all. I'm just trying to clean it off. But yeah, you can see in there it's nice and clean now. And then there's in here. That one wasn't stuck though. That's this one here. Yeah, that one moves freely. This is the other end of the slide, so I cleaned that up on the wire wheel, so it's clear. And this piece here, I created a little bit of a burr, and I grabbed it with the pliers there. So I'm just gonna try to take that down just on the edge. And I'll just tear into that rubber piece that I got on there. I'm just getting the very end here to take that burr down. Clean that out one more time. I'm going to pack this one full of grease. Just kind of shove it in there. Put some on the end there. And then this, first I'll get these rubbers back on. Put this one on. There we go. Now pack this full of grease. I'll get some grease on here, just with my hands. There. So basically, what I was trying to do is get this to slide back and forth nicely. You want smooth action on this. Make sure that's what I was looking for. Before it was stuck, so now that's good. And I think I'm gonna have to back this off a little bit. There we go. You see how that? So see how when I turn this, that piston comes back? That's this thing here. Or I'll grab a wrench and I'll show you what I mean. So whenever you put new brakes on like a caliper, you know, they're thicker, so you need to spread the piston or push the piston back. And on this one, it's a little different because it's not hydraulic, it's a mechanical driven piston. But to get it back, it's easy. You just turn this. You see this little, so I took off the little mechanism, and then you see how that works? So it's just like a screw, right? So you just want to back that off to there. And we'll wait till I get this on to adjust it right. But I'm just going to put that like that for now. And I'm going to hook the slide back up. So this post here goes in this little one first. Right? So you slide that in and then you can tilt this down. And then there's that bolt we took out right here. That'll go in here. And then you tighten this up. And I'll just torque this down here. It's tight. I'll torque that when I get it on the bike. But yeah, see how you want this to slide back and forth. Okay, so now I think we're ready for our new brake pads. So that's these guys here. So you get one facing that way, and the other facing that way. And then you take your little pad pin here, and then this pad pin goes through this hole here, like so. That's how you That's what keeps them in. You just kind of find that hole on both of them. And yeah, you can just tighten this up. Yeah, just tighten those down. Okay. Alright, so now you can slide this over. So you spread those apart so you can fit the rotor in there. Like so. And then you grab your caliper bolts that hold the caliper on. Get them started. So those bolts that hold those caliper on are 22 foot-pounds torque, and I got that set on here right now. So we'll go and torque them on. There's 22, and then there's this one that was part of the slide. We'll get that one. So that's all torqued on. Now I'm going to adjust this down until the pad, this is the actual there, so that's on. So we'll see if the wheel spins, and then we'll set the brake, parking brake, and see if it works. There we go. Parking brake works. Okay, I think we'll set it a little closer. So I'll show you what's going on here. I'll just clean this off. See it better. So basically this is just like a bolt that goes in, you turn it and then the pads touch. So you can see how when I turn it, so I think you want it like there so it's free. This thing here is like a 12-point socket in a way that it sits over top of the, what's going on here? It sits over top of that bolt hole, just like a socket would. And so you just go on it like so. And then and then you just sandwich it on there with this keeper bolt, keeper nut here. And then, so when you hit the e-brake, it stops it. There. There. Here. I'm going to tighten that on now. I think that's that's that. So this is the actual rear brake, the rear service brake, and same thing. The slide. Oh, actually, it's actually sliding on there, not too bad. But let's at least grease that up and clean that up a bit. So, okay, so this slide is held on by this 14 mil right here. So I'll just spin that off, and we'll have a look and see how bad it is here. Not too bad. So that one holds it on, and then you go like this, and the rest of it will come out. Just try not to mess up the rubber. Yeah. So not too bad. It's a little bit, but this actually slides on there pretty good. But I'll clean that off and grease it, and I'll give these the calipers a little spray. Want some WD before I push them back. Don't want to push any of that rust into the steel, because I got to make room for the new brake pads. So I gotta squeeze these back, push these back. So I just got an old brake pad here, and I'm just gonna try to put my weight on it or something and see if that'll be enough to push it back. Just about got it. This takes a little bit of weight. There, those are pushed back now. So that should be good. Clean this off. Yeah, these aren't too bad, these ones. Just using WD-40 on these slides just to get the old grease off. They don't look too bad. I'll just try to wipe out some of this old grease in here. Oh. See if I can squirt some of that down in there. I just packed that full of grease. I'll put this back on. So that one's good, and then I'll pack this one full of grease. There we go. Okay. So pretty simple. Just poke this one into here. Probably see some grease come out. Yeah. And it just comes down like that. And then you take the slider holder. This is the one that holds it all together. You can feel it, see how it's pushing it back out, because it's all got full of grease in there. New grease. So I make sure I catch the threads right. felt like I was cross-threading it a little bit. Okay, so that one, I think I'll be able to torque that one when I get it on the bike. I'll just check the slide, make sure it's working good. Yeah. Okay. Let's put a little bit of grease up here where the brake pad rides against the caliper. Alright, then we take our pad like so. Just putting the pad pin in now. It goes in quite a ways. Okay. Just gonna make sure that that pin is tight. There we go. And there's a little cap that goes over top of that. It's like a little dust cap. That threads in over top of all that. And it takes a flat blade. There we go. Okay, so now we got the new pads in there. We'll be ready to put it on the bike here. Just gotta make sure. I'm just making sure it's all the way spread open. Okay. Then you gotta kind of feed this around through the shock. Yeah. Let's see if we can get this on. Yeah. There's a little bit of a order of operations here, but okay, so that's on. So yeah, so I put this on first, but I should have waited so I get this in behind it, and then this one goes like that, and this one sits like that. So let's get these caliper bolts tight. Okay, same thing, 22 foot-pounds of torque. There we go. Okay, so I ran into a bit of a problem here. I'll show you what I mean. I've seen this so many times with these bikes, and you have to really pay attention to this. So put this in here, this one holds it down, and when I went to torque it up, it just wouldn't torque, it wouldn't click. And I've seen this before, and what happens, it stretches right here and it's just about to snap. And how you can tell is if you take your die, and the first sign is the pitch changes on the threads. So you get it, and you get to right there, and it's stuck. There's no way. So I have another bolt here, and so this one, you can spin this all the way on. Right. I haven't cleaned this one yet, but this one, look what happens. Right, and then you get down here, and there's bolts stretched, and so what I'll show you. And if I keep going with it, it starts cutting a different pitch, or back to the pitch it was, but so if you look at it closely, it started cutting the threads off, and that means it's stretched, it pulled out, and it's about to stop. If I keep tightening it, it's just going to snap off, and that's what holds my caliper on. So I'm going to go with this other bolt here, and I'll order up another bolt. It's so annoying when that happens, but I trust this bolt because it's not stretched. That means it's so close to breaking off when it does that. I've seen that so many times when I'm torquing stuff down. It won't get to the specified torque, and then it just snaps off. And so you want to pull it out before you break it, because you'll end up with a broken stud in there, and then you got to easy it out and blah blah blah. So you want to stop, and I just have a sense for that, and I've seen it so many times. So yeah, that is no good. Hopefully that'll show up on camera. You're seeing what I'm seeing, but the thread's right here, so it's about to break. So not to worry, I got another bolt. Okay. Yeah, so that's too bad. I'll have to get a new bolt. That's bolted on there now with a different bolt. And we'll get these little 10mm bolts that hold on the brake line. Okay. there's one in behind here. Tighten these down. Okay, so that's brakes done on the back. Now, I don't want to test this brake out yet because it's connected to the front brake. So if I squeeze the brake in, it'll push out the caliper on the front too because it's not hooked up yet. So I'll wait till I get that one on and then we'll check everything out. Pressurize everything. But while I'm down here, might as well put the exhaust on. Let's get this bolted on. Size wrenches. Great. There we go. Hey, exhaust is on. I still have to put a little cover on here, but I'll do that in a few minutes or in a little bit. I moved the scooter back a little bit so I can get around the front a little easier. Let's see what we're dealing with here. Yeah, see this one, the slides feel seized as well. So the whole thing with these slides is you need this to slide back and forth freely, so it clamps down on the rotor equally on each side, and then when it releases it doesn't drag and cause friction on there. So it's important to check all this. So how do we get this one off? A little bit of oil in here. This one's a little different. Not quite sure how this one comes apart. It looks like it might just slide off. There. Yeah. slides off. All right. So I'm just trying to figure out a way to retract these pistons. I have a lot of stuff on them, so huh. Alright, let's see if we can squeeze all these back. Just gonna pack these slides with grease and try to get everything back on here, and hopefully it should work out alright. There, see how that's supposed to move back and forth like that? It wasn't doing that before. Just push these in. They should tuck in. Like so. And you put your pad pin in, tighten it down. Like so. Make sure these are spread apart. So get it over the rotor. It should just feed on there like so. And then get your bolts. Okay. Just put your caliper bolts on, and we'll torque them down and there. That's all there is to it. So I think that's it. We should have brakes now. There's this little 10mm bolt that goes up here and holds the brake line on. There we go. There. Okay, let's test the brakes. So just rolling it, yeah. Got brakes, yeah. Front run works, yeah. Parking brake, yeah. Yeah, parking brake works. Sweet. Alright. This thing's about ready for a test drive. I just got to put on a license plate. Alright, it's the next day now. I had some stuff I had to go and do yesterday, so today I got the bike out and it's ready to go on the road. Got everything I needed to do on it. It's got the plate on there. Brakes are all done. It sure has come a long ways from when we first got it. It's so green. I even kind of polished up the plexiglass a little bit. It had like the moss that was growing on here kind of etched the surface, so it was kind of cloudy. So now it's a lot cleaner. I used like a 300 grit orbiting disc sander, and then I polished it with a cut wax, and then went over it a bunch of times, and it finally came clear. Well, it's pretty clear. I don't have to run out and buy a new windshield right away. I probably will eventually, but that's good for now. And then I did the signal light lenses and the headlights. It was a little bit cloudy too, so but everything's looking good. It's got a few little scuff marks here. Didn't get this piece. This piece is about 160 bucks Canadian, so you know, if it bugs me that it's got that scratch on it, I'll probably end up getting it replaced. It's got a few scratches down here too. Somebody must have went for a slide on it, but yeah, let's fire it up and we'll get ready to take out here. I'm gonna put it up on the center stand so I can start it here. How do I? It's a good runner. Really quiet. All the lights are working. good scooter for my wife to use. We'll be able to take it on tours and stuff. Put some miles on her. So yeah, we'll take it out for a little scoot. sure is a smooth ride. Man, it's comfortable too. That's great. Yeah, it's running really good. Pretty happy about that. Yeah, so I'm going to end the video there, and hope you guys enjoyed that, and I hope it helps. I want to thank you for watching, and please like and subscribe if you like this kind of stuff. I'll be putting more videos out soon, and yeah, enjoy the summer, guys. Get out there while the getting's good. All right, Center Stand Mechanics out.